welcome back to Kiki with the Real Ones. What is up, my real one?
What's going on, real one?
Not a whole lot. We got our Christmas tree out the basement, so I'm excited to put that up.
It's half the battle.
I know. It's
That's
half
a
the battle.
big tree.
I hope it's not going to be sitting there for days. I want to get it up this week.
That is fun.
We also went to TJ Maxx, or no, not TJ Maxx, Home Goods.
Okay.
It was like a Home Goods TJ Maxx combo. You ever been in one of those? It's like pretty big.
Not a combo, no.
It was a combo. Like one door was for TJ Maxx, one door was for Home Goods, and they connected in the middle.
Oh.
And it's all one store.
But they so fun.
Two labels. But going the first week of November to Home Goods is like probably the worst idea.
Oh God.
I woke up and I'm like, I want to go to Home Goods and I want to get
bad.
because like everyone wants to go to Home Goods and get Christmas decorations the first week, the first Saturday of November. It was packed. Like, and you know, when you get in lines at TJ Maxx or Home Goods, you just like, they have the winding lines and then they have tchotchkes all along there.
Yep.
And we're there with a 5-year-old and we waited in line for like 45 minutes to check out. It wasn't a good experience. Like, we're very happy. Oh, we're going to go to Home Goods by the time we left there.
How many tchotchkes did you have to buy?
We bought a few because I wanted.
Knew it.
But okay, the problem was I'm buying and waiting in line, and I wanted a few tchotchkes for my Christmas decorations, and I saw a lot of like reindeer. I'm like, oh, this is a cute reindeer, and then I would walk 5 feet. Oh, I like this one better, so you swap it out.
Ooh.
And we did the swap game the whole time. Oh, I like this globe. You walk. I like this one better. So I feel like all of Home Goods is just people swapping out what they really want. And it's really fun. I like it. It's kind of like a game. But then I had a problem where I found a reindeer. I'm like, oh, they need a buddy. And like, I found this really nice one. And then I'm like, he doesn't have a buddy. So I put him back because you can't just buy one. You got to buy at least two reindeer. So I put him back. I go and I'm like on the next side and I saw the buddy. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like looking across the aisles like, okay, I can be very inconvenient to all these people and be like, excuse me, and try to go back and get the buddy. But I didn't. I really contemplated doing it. I'm like, because I would do it.
Was there only one of them?
Well, I had the second one. There was only one other one. And then I'm thinking like, okay, do I hold on to this one? And maybe there's another buddy down the way. But I'm like, no, just don't do it. And so I put it away. I didn't get any deer.
None?
No, because every time I found one, it was a single deer.
Say I'm very proud of you because I would have just collected them all.
I know.
Like, they're Pokemon at this point, and I got to catch them all.
Match. And I found 2 gold ones I liked, but their like finish wasn't the same. Yeah, the Saturday issues that we had. But
not
we went
good.
to lunch, Cooper's Hawk. They have a really good lunch.
Cooper's Hawk is really good.
Yes, I love it. They have a good like flatbread and they're good. They always want to make me a wine member though. Like, I'm here for the food. I don't drink wine.
Honestly, yeah.
Like,
not a big wine drinker.
Yeah. But anyway, how's your weekend?
Well, let's get to some date chronicles here.
Here we go.
Okay, we had another date.
How did it go? Oh yeah,
went out with Trip.
Okay.
Was
he a trip?
The trippiest.
Oh my
okay.
God. What happened?
So we went and we did some axe throwing, which is very dangerous. And I mean, you're throwing axes, okay? Yeah. But like that wood, it doesn't stick into all of the time.
And most of the time you're drinking alcohol as well, which is again.
Thankfully at this one, there is no alcohol. It's either just like pop, tea, or water.
Oh, that's good.
Right? So that's kind of smart. But we're throwing, and at one point you have like 2 little things next to each other. You have like another couple over here, and there's just like a fence in between. I throw my axe. I'm going to retrieve it because I'm within like my little frame here, so I should be okay. Tell me why the other people throw it, and it goes through the fence.
Oh my gosh.
Thank God. I'm okay.
Did you have to sign like a liability?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You have to sign your life away.
You have to sign your life away when you get there.
That's so dangerous.
Crazy.
I don't think I'll ever.
Like, I'm not jumping out of a plane. This is crazy.
I know.
Like,
how could you do that?
Never. I don't know how anyone ever.
That's just like flirting with your life.
So we're throwing, and I mean, it's a physical activity, right? It's fun, but it's not like 100 degrees in there. And this man is pouring sweat. Pouring.
He was taking it serious.
Like, I'm not understanding. Are we nervous? Are we just
workout?
a really bad workout? And I'm just like, it's not that serious. Like,
This is your karma because you went on another date axe throwing. And you said you were getting so tired that you were just taking your time.
They added time to it, and next thing you know, I'm there for 90 minutes throwing an axe. Like, that was kind of intense. But so he's sweating, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is not happening. This is. He wanted to take a break. We were only doing it for like 60 minutes, but at that point,
60 minutes?
First of all, at that point, it was about 30. So we're about halfway there. I didn't need a break to just throw an axe. He did.
60. First of all, that's a whole workout.
That's what you pay for. You pay, I guess, by the hour. I'm not sure. I didn't pay, so I don't know.
That is a lifetime class.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he wanted to take a break. We went outside in the cool, fresh air. Pulls out a cigarette. Red flag for me. Not into that. We go back up. Literally throw like one more round. You want to get out of here? And I'm like, 60 minutes didn't even happen. Like, we didn't. And to be honest, series, it was 1-1. I'm there to win. I'm
so he wanted to quit and it was time?
Yeah. See, he knew. He's like, I can't lose to a girl. That can't happen. Anyways, so we leave and we go to get food. He then proceeds to kind of talk down to me.
Mansplaining things.
Trying to tell me that I should know when winter solstice is. Ask me if I thank you. See, that proves my point.
When what is?
Winter solstice. I'm not sure in my years that I've ever heard those two words together.
I don't know what that is.
But he equated that to I must have gotten bad grades in school.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. And he's like, so you don't know? And I'm like, I have no idea. And he's like, Jesus. And I'm like, so the 25th.
It's the only Jesus holiday I know.
thought it was funny, but like, he didn't even, he was just like, no. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. December 21st for all of you viewers.
That's when's, so what is it?
Apparently. I have no idea.
Isn't that the first day of winter? Is that
Yes.
meant?
Yeah.
Oh, it's why does he call it winter solstice?
I don't even know. And why were we talking about it? Where did it come from? No idea.
Yeah, what?
It came out of legit thin air. No idea. So I'm just like, okay, well, now I'm dumb, right? Because I don't know when this is. And then spring solstice. June 21st. Why is this brought up on our date? I'm not understanding.
He had to mansplain the
Like crazy, but then to like make me feel like I'm dumb. So then I said, I'm going to ask people at work. He said that wasn't going to work. Like basically that I work with not smart people, all because he's a lawyer and apparently there's just superior to everyone else.
wow.
Yeah. So at that point I'm like, I just ordered some fajitas, waiting for that. That might be the best part of this entire date. We're sitting there, we're eating. He's literally with a spoon drinking the salsa and the hot sauce. He's
Like
not
with
putting it on his
food?
rice. He's not putting it on his taco. He's eating it out of the cup, lapping it up.
Do you have the munchies?
He had the munchies.
Oh my God.
And that brings me back. Whip it back here. When we left the axe throwing place, he calls me and I was following him because on a first date, when you're meeting somebody, people always drive alone.
Yes.
Always meet them there.
Safety.
Don't ever let them pick you up.
This is your real one's PSA.
Mm-hmm.
Always drive yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm following him and he calls me and says, do you mind if we make a pit stop? And I'm like, to where? Oh, I need to go to the dispensary and I need to pick up. I can't even.
No,
I need to go to the dispensary because I can't go tomorrow and they'll be closed later.
Oh, he has a problem.
Like what? We're in the middle of a date. What is happening?
We
And
are
why
in a
was
legal
that-
state.
Like, yes, but like
That's a
I'm not understanding like why that needed to take priority in that moment. You could have done it all day. Previous day. Maybe a day before that.
The next day or the day after that. It's not that serious. It's a first date.
Like, anyways, so it's not that serious that you're looking for someone, because clearly that was rude.
Rude. It was rude, wrong in all of the above.
All of it.
If you have to stop and get party favors mid first date, you need to look in the mirror and do some self-reflection, because that is problematic.
Absolutely problematic.
Wow.
Yep. And so we did that. So to answer your question now, fast forward, he probably absolutely had the munchies, but like, why are you eating hot sauce with a spoon? We couldn't have just let that ride and just thrown it away at the end like it was a freebie. What are we doing? Oh my gosh. So then, obviously at that point, I'm checked out.
Of course.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm here for the content.
Doing it for
fun. He's going on the pod. This is what's happening. I am not into this. There's no romantic. There's nothing happening here.
At this point, you could just look at someone and be like, "Ooh, you going on the pod?"
Right. And because the world that we live in, like, I have to still end it accordingly, because you never know. So I still have to be nice, respectful. Plus, I'm a nice person, right? We're sitting there. I can't eat anymore. I'm like, I don't even want this food. Like, I'm kind of just checked out. I want to go home. He goes, "You gonna finish that?"
The man was hungry.
What?
Yeah,
And I was just like, all yours. Like, okay, go for it. So now I have to sit there and wait and let him eat the rest of my food, my dinner, all because he had the munchies.
This is a date from hell.
Absolute. Like,
wow.
And everything leading up to that was so great. I thought everything was kind of normal. And then you meet someone and it just, boom.
And this is the one you had been talking to, like, before you met him, you'd been talking to him for some days.
Yeah.
And, like, some time.
Hours on the phone.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You need to I think what you need to do is up your age range. Like, just bump it up a little bit. You need a little bit more maturity.
I feel it. Especially after that one.
Like,
absolutely ain't wrong.
Do like 40 to 50. See what you get. See what you get.
Absolutely.
You know, you never know. I mean, we're no spring chickens.
Listen, I just can't have that ever happen again.
I'm sorry.
That was bad.
It was a trip. Trip was a trip. I'm
absolutely.
Sorry. Well, I did also catch up on a couple shows this week.
Okay.
One in particular I really want to talk about because I took notes. I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm in my journalist bag at this point.
All right.
Because I don't think that would be journalism, actually. I'm in my TV review bag.
Okay.
It would be.
I like it.
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes.
So for those who don't watch the show, this is a franchise. They're on season 5, so they're fairly new, I feel, maybe.
New-ish out of all of the franchises.
And it's a group of housewives in Salt Lake City, Utah, and most of the time they're just, they have drama. They're probably rich, most of them, and, you can imagine what they fight about.
Yes.
So I caught up on the last 2 episodes. You're caught up, right?
I am caught up.
Okay. So the last time we were together, we saw Whitney beefing with Lisa Barlow. It was at whose party? Whose like anniversary?
I think
party?
it was Angie's. Yeah.
Also, Angie and not even Drew, but Angie's husband Sean is Drew Lachey
to a T.
Like, every time I saw him, I'm like, who does he look like? Why does he look like a boy band member? Like, who is that?
And that's who he is.
It's Drew Lachey from 98 Degrees.
98 Degrees. Bringing it back.
Anyways, they're at their 25th anniversary party, and Whitney realizes that from the last trip where she was laying on Meredith about perpetrating this rumor about Whitney's jewelry line being from Alibaba and from AliExpress or whatever. And she just was like laying it into Meredith. No, this get together. She's like, actually, Lisa, it was you. And I found out that you were the one. It wasn't Meredith. And everyone's asking her, like, how do you know? We narrowed it down.
Was this even a credible source that she even had?
She didn't say why. And then Lisa, of course, crashes out. And she's like, you're lying on me? Why are you saying this? And Whitney is like, well, you're not giving me a chance to explain. Okay, why? We narrowed it down and it was you. She never gave her source.
Never gave it.
And that's when Lisa had the famous phone call and calls her private security, which, again, private security? I feel like that
wasn't John just like in the background, like on his phone.
I feel like it was a PI, not a private security.
Yeah.
I'm going to the distance. She's
distance.
Someone saying something about me, and you need to find whoever's saying this, and we're going the distance. And this was a funny scene. Lisa crashing out, but you know the best part about this scene? Mary, they asked Mary to do a prayer. Why is Mary so funny? Mary's like, what were they, blessing the food or something? They're like, okay, Lisa just crashed out. Mary, can you do a prayer for all of us because we're about to eat or something? And Mary's like, yes, I'll do it. Lisa and Whitney hold hands. It's very important. Lisa's still crashing out. And she's like, no, I'm not holding her hands. It's very important. Hold her hands. And she's walking over to Whitney to grab her hand, still crashing out, cussing her out like, you're lying to me. Give me your hand.
Oh my.
I lost it. That was so
absolutely
funny.
Dead.
Oh my gosh. It didn't disappoint, but
Mary Crosby coming in with a brilliant
the comic relief.
Absolutely.
She's the comic
and you needed it.
Season.
Especially from like season 1 to now. I especially think she is so much funnier now.
She's so unserious.
She
was calling somebody's date Joel Osmond or something.
It was what's the other new girl? Not Bronwyn. The other one. Brittany? No.
I couldn't tell you.
No.
It wasn't Angie.
It's the other one that's dating one of the Osmonds. Brittany.
Isn't it an actual Osmond? Like Dottie Osmond?
It's
Osmond?
One of them, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
But she's been dating, and in her mind, she's been dating him. But in reality, in everybody else's eyes, they're kind of just friends. And he's kind of leading her on. But then the way she talks about him, they're in love and all of this. But like, he won't put a label on it.
He needs to man up and have that
Mary saw her date. Yeah, that's him. It's like, it was not.
She named the wrong husband.
He walked in. No, because Brittany had a different date. Like, brought a whole separate man.
Not an Osmond.
Not an Osmond.
Okay.
So not like her, in her mind, her ex.
Yeah. Because she broke up with him. She broke up with him.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, I forget who invited him. I don't know if it was Justin, Whitney and Justin. Somebody invited him. And in walks the Osmond.
Oh, that's
and
right.
That's when Mary Crosby was like, wait a minute, so it's not. Oh, he's right there. It was funny.
I feel like she just knows that she's like being messy a little bit. She's like, and then she'll walk away like,
and she'll just play it. Oh, well.
Oh, love Mary. So that was the stage 4 crash out by Lisa Barlow.
Brilliant.
And then, okay, so Bronwyn. What do you think of Bronwyn, by the way? This is her first season, her freshman season, if you will.
I'm still indifferent.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not really sure yet. I wanted to like her at first because she kind of just seemed like, this is me, and this is what you're going to get. Yeah. But now it's incredibly messy, this stuff going on with her and Heather.
Yeah, and her and Heather's little sit down. I agree. I thought I like how she has original aspects to herself. She's unique, she's colorful, great. But that house.
Oh.
I can't believe. So she has a sit down with Heather because I don't even know what she's beefing. She's mad at Heather for something. She thinks Heather's just talking about everybody.
And is messy herself.
Which she is. She definitely is. They all are.
And
she wants to plan a couples trip to Palm Springs. So she invites Heather over for crumpets and tea, I guess, and wants to just hash it out and just kind of make up so that she can invite Heather to this trip. But why is her house filled with dog droppings everywhere? Like
crumpets.
Multiple droppings
everywhere.
And like, you invite someone to your house and a TV crew with lights,
so embarrassing,
and you have dog crap all over that's so nasty. That house smells.
And with her being so wealthy, such a big house, there's ones I guarantee you they don't even know where it is.
Oh my God, that's the worst part. I didn't even think of that.
Like,
that house.
No wonder Heather wanted to leave.
I know.
I wouldn't be. My nose would have been just broke.
I know.
I wouldn't be able to deal with it.
But Heather's just like standing there. You know when you go to somebody's house, like,
I noticed it. Ugh.
and then the 50 Starbucks mugs on the counter. Like, what is this?
Why were they there?
My husband collects Starbucks mugs.
And we
There
keep them
were
on the counter?
50 on the counter, and Heather's face like, oh, okay.
So odd. The square footage you have in that house, and you're going to tell me you can't store that anywhere else?
Like, what are you doing with those mugs right here?
I guess they just showcase all of their mess.
that was
Talk
not
crap,
cute.
Starbucks mugs. It's out
They
to
show
show.
up as themselves, and they are truly authentic.
God.
But the meeting goes sideways. She sits down with Heather. She wants Heather to apologize for something. Heather wants her to apologize. I don't know what they're beefing about.
They were never seeing eye to eye.
Yeah.
It was never going to happen.
Right. But essentially, Heather's like, why do you have me here? And she's like, well, to be honest, I'm planning a trip this weekend to Palm Springs. And I just wanted to see if, we could come to an agreement so I can invite you. And Heather's like, screw. So what did she say? I'm just singing for my supper here, trying to earn an invite.
Yep.
Which basically was it. She's like,
Absolutely.
I'm done here. And she kind of goes off.
Ups
doesn't
and
get an
leaves.
invite.
Yep.
That was a mess. A whole
The entire
mess.
thing was a mess. And granted, I don't know still to this moment who's right, who's wrong, but like Paula and Heather just get up and leave. Like,
Right.
I'm not going to do this for a trip. I'm not going to let you have this moment. Like, I'm out. Done.
And the way she got up, she's like, well, this was lovely, but I'm sick to my stomach.
Yeah. And you know it's from the dog doo-doo.
No, right?
It is. Absolutely.
Then I think she said, I didn't even get to finish my crumpet. Girl, you shouldn't eat nothing in that house.
Nothing.
Like,
If
this
it
is-
was prepared in that house, you're now sick.
yeah. Like,
Mhm.
this is why you should not eat at potlucks.
I can't trust a potluck ever.
Don't trust the potluck.
Never.
When I go to a potluck, I eat what I brought and that's it. Because you never know what type of situation that was made in. This person lives in a beautiful mansion in the middle of Salt Lake City and buys expensive things and expensive clothes. And you go to her house and there's dog feces everywhere.
Her jewelry is worth millions.
Millions.
One necklace was what?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
$1.4 million.
$1.4 million to just wear around her neck. And then a pair of earrings to match.
Yeah.
Another mill. Like,
You can't afford a housekeeper?
can't
Oh, the
clean?
necklace was $4 million, actually. And the
That's
earrings
right.
were 1.4.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh
That's
my goodness.
insane.
Clean up after your dog.
I can't.
And the dog was I couldn't stop looking at the dog. So you know me with dogs. I might get canceled that, but like, ew.
Yep.
The dog was just sitting there on the couch while she's having the conversation. Yeah, what do you want me to apologize? And she's just petting the dog, and I just can't stop looking at the dog. And then the dog starts scratching itself. I'm like, what does your dog have? Ew, I just know that house smells like dog. Like dog.
She's petting the dog. I bet whatever she prepared, she didn't wash her hands. I already know.
She doesn't
There's
look
no
like
way.
a hand washer, unfortunately.
Nope. So a potluck, no.
Oh, steer clear away from the potlucks. So,
Or just eat whatever you brought.
yeah.
Make sure your plate is full.
And do it first before
Absolutely.
because what
Anyone breathes on it,
I know.
I can't.
and then everyone's touching the same spoon.
Like a buffet, I can't do it.
Buffets are
I can't. Remember we used to go for basketball? Old country buffet?
yeah. I don't know why we loved that.
Why did we do that?
We were kids.
Young and dumb.
I could never. So then they go to Palm Springs. They go to the trip. Heather, of course, is not invited.
Right.
On a nice private jet,
Oh.
paid by Todd, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Paid for by Todd. And they get there, and this trip kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I feel like Lisa Barlow was doing her best not to cause drama because going into
Right.
the trip, Lisa and Whitney had drama from the 25th anniversary.
Right.
And so Bronwyn is calling ahead, and you see her calling Lisa like, are you okay? I'm inviting Whitney and Justin. You guys going to be okay? And Lisa's like, yeah. And she said something like, my husband's a CEO. Like, we can be cordial. It's fine.
Right.
And like, I feel like she just wanted to kind of incite drama almost because we get there
Bronwyn, right?
Bronwyn.
Yeah.
Bronwyn wanted to incite drama because we get there and Lisa Barlow and Meredith, they're two together and then everyone else, which is fine. You go on a trip, you gravitate towards the person that you drive with, that you're talking to. Like she's having with beef with Whitney. I would stay away from Whitney too. So she picks her room on the other side of the house.
Rightfully
didn't do
so.
that?
Makes sense.
Who didn't do that?
Absolutely makes sense.
But I feel like that was made to be a situation like they're segregating
And
themselves.
it didn't need to be that.
And it just didn't need to. And like the whole trip, they were. And then Lisa Barlow FaceTimed Whitney later, which was it messy? I don't know, maybe. But was it a huge deal? I don't think so.
I don't think it should have been a huge deal at all.
So we end the episode with Bronwyn freaking out because Lisa Barlow FaceTimed Whitney at the pool. And Bronwyn thinks Lisa's full of drama. And then Todd, poor Todd, doesn't want to be there clearly.
No. Wants to kick everybody out.
Todd told Bronwyn, I told you, especially with these people. No, what do you say? He said, you people.
You people. Yep.
He had a housewives party and he didn't want a housewives
Nope.
party. So,
He did not.
we'll see what happens next.
And it seemed a little bit like Bronwyn just wanted that power moment. Like, you have enough power right now because you're hosting a trip. This is your
Right.
first time. That's a big deal.
Oh yeah, this is her first.
You know,
trip.
that's her first moment where she has that. And you got your gifts for everyone. You have the PJ.
Yeah,
A beautiful place.
yeah.
That
went
was
$20,000
per night.
per night. This like vacation rental.
That's crazy.
in Palm Springs.
It was beautiful. So like you have all of the power in that moment, right?
Yeah.
But she wanted to take it a step further in the housewives like dramas.
Yeah.
And incite all of that drama and then be like, you know what? I am in charge. I can kick them out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the role she played.
Yeah. But
You know,
at this
because
point,
you never needed to do that. You could have left John and Lisa, Whitney and Justin in their separate realms, but also brought everyone together and still been okay. That was, I don't know, that was me bringing them together. You know, I did a better job than they did there, clearly, but like, didn't happen that way.
no. So it wasn't a good first housewives trip. We've only seen half the trip, and we'll see. And poor Meredith.
Oh, I
Her
felt bad
husband-
for her.
What's her husband's name?
Seth.
Seth.
I mean, I kind of also felt bad for him because, like, if it is, which I'm sure it's work related, if you can't get out of it, you can't get out of it. I mean, he was
Yeah.
there for a day. It is what it is. They're there for 2.
They were there for 2 days. First rewind, they get there, and Meredith has a thing with bubble baths.
Oh,
like
God,
she
yep.
has to. She's someone who needs a bubble bath everywhere she goes.
And in the past, she's gotten very upset
Very
if
upset.
she does not get that room with a bath.
And they showed up to the rental, and Seth was on a mission. Seth had his bag, and
Good
he
man.
didn't put his bag down until he found a bubble bath. He's like, because that's the thing with the housewives. You go on a trip, you find your room.
That's a good reason to sweat.
Yeah.
That's a good reason to sweat.
And he's searching for the room, and he's like, oh my God, there's no bathtub. There's no bathtub. And like, funny, but he was so serious. He's
So
like
serious.
terrified. You can
like,
see
oh,
the
no.
color leave his face. Like, there is
Yep.
no bathtub in this house. He has felt the wrath of his wife.
Oh, poor guy.
Poor guy. And then he had to go and tell his wife when they were at the pool in front of Lisa Barlow and her husband that he had to leave in the morning. That Meredith was like, this is feeling like Toronto.
Oh, God.
What happened in Toronto?
You know?
And they proceed to have a whole domestic squabble right then and there.
Could have totally went behind scenes and just,
Like that was
I
I
know,
was
went along.
uncomfortable watching it on TV. Like
oh, I don't like domestic squabbles.
whenever a domestic squabble starts, you just gotta like fade out into the background. Like
Yes.
that's where you get caught. You can get caught in crossfire. Like
Yeah.
domestic squabble go the other way. So
Mhm.
I felt uncomfortable when that started because it was out of nowhere. Like
Nowhere.
I gotta go, and then it turned into we don't spend time together. This is feeling like Toronto. What happened in Toronto?
And now I'm invested.
Like now tell me more.
Now tell me more. I'm hanging now.
Yeah, but I think he had to do it in public because he didn't want to feel the wrath of Meredith.
He already couldn't get her a bathtub.
Right.
He's now ruining the trip.
Now he's leaving.
He had to do it there. He needed witnesses.
Yeah. I think when he came up, he's like, honey, I have some bad news.
Little
I
tear.
gotta go to Ohio.
Yeah. Oh
I think
God.
he jumped a little bit. No,
He
I'm just
probably did.
starting rumors. Yeah, poor Meredith or poor Seth. I don't know. Hope they work it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I like them together.
I like
think they're
them
funny.
together.
Yeah.
Meredith is funny. The way she talks is funny.
Yeah.
She's just, I like
They
her.
got a quirkiness about
Yeah.
them. I like them together.
Yeah, that was the episode. Did we miss anything?
I don't think we did.
Okay. Well, I think on this, I like this episode of Real Ones where we like really focus on one show because we talked to some viewers and they asked
some
us
feedback.
we got some feedback, and of course we're going to take our feedback.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Uncle Mike.
We appreciate every single viewer.
And Uncle Mike said, I want you to explain the show. Give me some background. Maybe I'll watch The Housewives of Salt Lake City. So this is for you, Uncle Mike.
Right. Love you.
All right. Well, that wraps up this episode of Real Ones. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time.
Stay real.